Hey YouTube, my name is Gawd, and you're watching Gawd Cafe. Today's video is on Mars in the first house. So, Mars in the first house. Mars is at home here, being that the first house is the ruler of Aries, Mars. So this is Mars on Mars energy. Mars, like I said, is very at home here. This is an individual that's a go-getter, needs to take action. This is a very hyper-masculine placement, okay? I would not be shocked if most males are watching this video, or, perhaps any females that, may be attracted to the same sex. This placement can encourage that to be manifested, being that there's a lot of basically masculine energy here. Okay, so there's a lot of masculine energy. I wouldn't there's like energetic testosterone here. Okay, I wouldn't, maybe it has manifested that you have extra testosterone if you're a female. That could be a possibility. That doesn't mean that is what it is. Also, if you're a female that's not into other females and you have this placement, you just may be a female that enjoys a lot of sex. This is Mars in Mars. So, you're a female that has no, is very comfortable with, expressing themselves sexually and sees no issue or fault with it, okay? Mars, if you guys don't know, it's the planet of action. It, rules over war, sex, desires of all sorts, and just all primal states of being human, okay? Impulses, okay? So this individual here, you guys are very impulsive. By nature, you guys are very impulsive. You guys might do really well with an individual that might be complete opposite with this. So, you may like an individual who has Venus in Libra. Venus in Libra. I think a Venus in Taurus would do really good with you. Taurus would slow you guys down, and you may need a little slowing down. And if that's not what you desire, if you want somebody up your speed, look over at air, okay? Because air likes to air the fire up, okay? So air and fire do this well meshing thing where the air can really make the fire huge flames, right? And then earth and water, it's like wet soil becoming mud. It's like nutritious soil to start life, okay? So this is how the elements interact with each other. So when you have Mars, so you have fire on fire. So you have Mars in the house of Mars. So you have fire on fire. In order to either if you want the flame to even be more ignited, like I said, surround yourself with air energy, okay? Air energy would be Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, okay? So an intellectual, someone who's very talkative, someone who loves beauty, because that's a, very, Libra. Just a true intellect will motivate the fire energy to take action. Okay, so if you're talking to an individual who's very insightful, who just knows what to say to you to get you going, that's what you want to surround yourself with, because your Mars needs to take action of some sort here. Like it's in your birth, right? It's in your birth chart. You're the person that's probably always active, probably dancing, multitasking, and it's up to you based off with what else is in your chart, like what you desire as an outcome for your life, because it can manifest in two ways. Either you take on the fact that you take a lot of action and enjoy that, or perhaps you may see that it's a little taxing to be this active, that perhaps you want to, still be as active as you are, but maybe not all the time. Maybe you want to calm that down a bit. And if that is the case, Earth is grounding, okay? So Earth won't really put out the fire, because just think about the Earth's mantle, right? There's lava there, there's core. So fire, fire and earth, is a natural occurrence. Sometimes the fire needs to be held captive a little through the earth, maybe causing a layer over it, so that it doesn't erupt and become this volcano all the time. Perhaps that's what you're desiring. So with that said, the reason why I mentioned Taurus energy, it could be Earth energy, it could be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, but the reason why I emphasize on Taurus is because Taurus is the Earth energy also ruled by Venus. And we know Mars and Venus, you know, comes together. So being that, basically Mars represents the masculine, Venus represents the feminine. So when you're giving Mars that sort of its opposite, and it's going to be more of a, a feminine energy, while Mars is being active, this is going to do really great for Mars in the first house. It's Taurus is a slow moving energy, and it comes right after Aries. So Taurus is like Mars is going to listen or understand Taurus's slowdown, being that it's the next sign that it's connected to, and it becomes right. So it's like you want this Mars in the first house to find some sort of remedy, so that maybe perhaps you're not always listening to every single impulse. Maybe you realize it is draining. Like, yes, you're in the moments, but you can't help it. So you're trying to find ways to finesse yourself in the right ways, so that you don't maybe overtax yourself. And that's completely understandable. That's perhaps why, the universe has me telling you, some sort of remedy to utilize, and what type of energy to surround yourselves with. Also, if it's not about being around this individual with Taurus energy, then embrace this sort of nurturing Taurus energy, in order to slow down your Mars, because you're always going to take action. So perhaps you feel like you don't take enough action. Maybe there's something within your chart that causes this occurrence, which in turn results in you taking a lot of action. So, it's things that you have to reflect on and think on, so that you can get to the bottom of your own psychology utilizing your natal chart. And like I said, this is a great hustler placement. This placement will make sure money is made. For the most part, I would say, if not, you're just here to do the hard work. So, this could be a placement that works harder opposed to smarter. At first, initially in its life, it develops a sense of, okay, is this really worth my time, right, to take action on? Because that's something you also have to take note of. There's very limited time that we have here, and if we're constantly taking action on all things, well, then, we end up manifesting ourselves to be a jack of all trades, instead of, kind of being, a professional within one, right? Because if you marinate your energy within one lane, then you become a professional within that lane, because now you have honed a niche. Okay? So, and when you have a niche talent, or a niche, some sort of, something that you've molded, into reality, it becomes its own niche in a sort of way. Okay? Something that you brought to this existence that wasn't here prior. Okay? It becomes its own entity in a way. Mars in the first house, you guys have a little bit of a sex addiction going on here. Okay? That could be a possibility with this placement. Not that it is a definite for every individual watching this, but it's a possibility, and you guys might not even see a problem with it. And I mean, I personally, I am what's it called, an advocate for, expressing yourself as you desire, but just be safe. I think perhaps just be safe. That you don't have to act on every impulse. Perhaps you can see that acting on every single impulse has, fucked up certain things for you. So maybe you want to think about certain things a little bit more as you get older, because if you reflect on the patterns that you've had, at a younger self, at a younger age, and you compare them to now, you can see the growth enough to see what it is that you have to fully let go and continue to entertain, And that's just what it comes down to, you know? Anyway, my name is Gary Gawd. You're watching Gawd Cafe. And until next time. Oh, please comment, like, and subscribe.